From Seattle, Washington, it's Mad in the Kitchen Live with me, Madeline Smithberg. Joining me from Joshua Tree, California, Carrie, Keagan, to get us ready for Cinco de Mayo, teaching us to make vegan quesadillas. So grab your jalapeno peppers and your nutritional yeast, and let's cook together. And welcome to Mad in the Kitchen Live. Tonight, my pal Carrie, Keagan, and I will be making vegan quesadillas. Even though it's May 1st, we're making them in honor of Cinco de Mayo. This is the third episode of season 1 of our 8-week run of live interactive shows from right here in what used to be my kitchen. For the next 6 weeks, every Saturday at this time, 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be cooking live with a chef or foodie who will be teaching me how to make a signature dish. And you, the audience, yes, you in the Lakers jersey, I'm talking to you. You're invited to cook along with us at home. Tonight, my guest is Carrie Keagan. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Madeline. Thank you so much for having me.
I can't hear Carrie.
Hi.
I can't hear Carrie.
Oh, no.
I told you I couldn't hear the program.
We have to do sign language.
Carrie's a superstar. She was ahead of the curve as the host and co-founder of the wildly successful No Good TV, NGTV, on YouTube, where she got celebrities to let down their guard, probably because she got them drunk. And you might have seen her on VH1, MTV, E, to name only a few. She's the queen of the red carpet. Her book, Everybody Curses, I swear, is hilarious. She recently moved to the desert and is now a motorcycle riding badass vegan. Carrie, tell everybody what we're making tonight.
Madeline, I know you are a skeptic. When you asked me to come on to the show, I said, what can you cook? Do you want to come on my show? What can you cook? And I said, yeah, I'm going to do something vegan. And you scowled a little bit. I can't hear Carrie. Oh, no. Technical difficulties are the worst. And of course, it only happens when we're live, right? This is when we do a little soft shoe and we figure it out.
Ingredients. I'm pleased I'm a good lip reader. What are we putting into the vegan quesadillas?
We're going to put a yellow onion. We're going to put 1 red and 1 yellow bell pepper.
Look, I've got a green one.
We're going to do some lime, 1 juiced lime. I've decided to add some jalapeños. You can add any pepper you like, really. And then this is where things get really good. We've soaked cashews for about a minimum of 2 hours, so they get nice and soft. We're going to put those in a food processor. We're going to put some nutritional yeast, which doesn't sound very appetizing, but I promise you, it makes things taste a little cheesy. We're going to do some ground mustard and some salt. And then when we start sauteing, we're going to add some cumin and some chili pepper, and it's all going to come together really nicely.
All right, and then we're going to make the quesadillas with the tortillas. I was very skeptical going into this, and then I found out about this thing you can use, and apparently it's on your phone, and it's called Google. And I did a lot of research about veganism, and I stand completely corrected. I feel like I was such a moron before, because the entire philosophy of it, it's so pure and good, and it's about being kind and respectful to animals, and who could really argue with that? Anyway, also here with us tonight is Marisa Mahoney. She's a key member of Team MITK, which is Team Mad in the Kitchen. Now, Marisa's going to be interacting with you guys at home. Yes, you and the jeggings. By the way, they're over throughout the show.
Hello,
Marisa.
everyone. I'm Marisa, and I am a producer here at Mad in the Kitchen. And we have people cooking along with us from all over the world tonight. We have our home chefs, Bobby Camille, John Idelson in California. We have Chris and Melissa Fritchie in Texas. And we have Ken Jordan all the way in London, where it's 2 a.m. Again, Ken, you are indeed an animal. We also have people cooking on Zoom with us, our Zoom chefs, Dan and Shannon tonight. And then we have all of you watching on YouTube that I will be interacting with in the comments as Mad in the Kitchen. So I want to know from all of you, since our recipe is vegan tonight, how many of you have been vegan or have had a vegan in your household? Let me know. Mad, back to you.
Thank you, Marisa. Marisa's in what I lovingly call my staging area. It's a very small spare bedroom in my house where I just pretty much throw all my stuff. But I want to say hi to everybody that's here. Hi, you guys. Hi, John, Bobby. There's someone else in the Zoom room. You in the maroon. I'm talking to you. You match Carrie Keagan. Hi, you guys. So let's get cooking. Here we go. Carrie, I turn the reins over to you.
Okay, the best way to start this is to actually do the cashew cream first. And if you've never heard of cashew cream, it is literally the most versatile substance that you can make all kinds of vegan food with. You can make cashew cream savory. You can make it sweet. It can be a dip. It can be a pie filling. It can be like a fake cheese. So like this is a staple food that any sort of plant-based diet, it tastes delicious and it can be used for anything. So we've been soaking our cashews for a minimum of 2 hours. Like I said, we're going to drain those. Let me drain these and we're going to throw them in the food processor.
All right, here they go. This is my my bullet that I use every morning to make my smoothie.
Okay, here we go. Dump them in there. We are going to use it's a half a cup of water that you throw in here with them. We're going to do a half a cup of nutritional yeast, which seems like a lot, but trust me, this is what gives it the flavor. And it kind of, I don't know, did anybody ever have a fish tank growing up? This stuff reminds me of flaked fish food.
Yeah, you know, first of all, Carrie, it's going to do a rebranding because there's just saying nutritional yeast doesn't
I know, it sounds
good.
gross, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they could come up with something better. So maybe you should talk to the vegan branding people because you're such a big person for them. But
well,
you know what? It actually does smell good. I think it smells good. I don't think fish food is the way they should go.
It's a little dusty, so don't breathe it in. I also think that there needs to be a rebranding of the word vegan as well. I think when most people hear vegan now, they sort of cringe and think like they're these militant animal lovers that want to kill you when you even mention eating meat. Like it's not like that.
I always think they're mad at me.
They're not necessarily. I'm not mad at you, Madeline. I love you.
No, you're not mad at me. And I want to make sure that I went into it with like a very strong gut reaction negative. But this week of working with you and figuring out the recipe and the Google thing I told you guys about, you're welcome, has really turned me around. So now what are we putting in?
We're going to put a half a tablespoon of stone ground mustard. And this is also to taste. So if you don't love the taste of mustard, you can put a little bit less in, but you do sort of need to give this cashew cream a nice savory flavor. So this helps sort of build it all out. So yeah, instead of vegan, we're going to call it plant-based now. And
let's call it plant-based. Everybody can in London. It's not vegan anymore. It's plant-based. Did everybody get the memo? Chris, Marissa, Dan, purple shirt guy. Everybody knows we're calling it.
I'm taking this thing out.
And here's the other thing. I like to add salt because usually the recipe, I mean, you know, there's a million recipes for this, but you don't necessarily have to put salt in here if you happen to be, you know, salt intolerant or whatever. But I like to put salt in here because it gives it a little. Well, yeah, like people that have high blood pressure can't really use.
There you go. There you go. You see, I have this thing about food where I say that I have intolerance to intolerance because I basically eat everything, which is why I'm approaching this with a totally open mind and cannot wait to taste it. So wait, do you have your cumin? And do you call it cumin or cumin?
The cumin, I call it cumin, doesn't go into this. It goes into the saute.
Oh! Okay.
So all that's I missed one major thing. I'm so sorry. I got so excited. We have to put lime juice in there.
Yeah, we
Cut
do.
your lime. Yeah, this is where the lime juice goes.
Here it goes.
And
it's a whole lime, right?
It's a whole lime. My lime tried to run away. My lime
doesn't want to be vegan or plant-based, Carrie.
I think it's been so hot. I think it actually dried out. So I don't have a juicer. And I just use this because I think it's just a cake thing.
Yeah, that's a cake thing. I'm using this really cool tool that I have. It's called my thumb. I bought it on Amazon. And I just stick it in the lime and I push down and all the juice comes out.
How much did that cost?
I'm going to do a branded version for my Matt in the Kitchen merch. But I managed to, I'm going to do a branded thumb.
Actually,
but you have to buy me with it.
Merch idea. Instead of using a thimble when you're sewing, you could use a juicer that slips onto your thumb so you can literally just do that.
A surrogate thumb.
A surrogate.
All right.
A circus thumb?
Surrogate thumb. A circus thumb sounds so much more exciting. All right. So now I'm putting my top on. Have I jumped the thumb or the gun or whatever it is I'm jumping?
Put this into your food processor with all the rest of the junk we just put in there.
Oh, crap.
You ready? Are we going to do this together?
Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. My top is on crooked.
My top is always on crooked.
Yeah, I'm just a crooked person. That's what she said. All right. That doesn't even make any sense. All right. I'm going to do this for like 20 seconds and see how it goes. What do you think?
You're going to need a lot longer than 20 seconds, but I'm putting my lime juice in now. Should we blend together?
Yeah, let's blend together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Blend. Everybody blend.
Hold on. My thing isn't working. Gotta love live TV. There we go.
You know what's so cool, Carrie? We just blended with people all around America and in London. We all blended together. Don't you think that people blending together could solve many of the world's problems? Like we're literally, I know, it's so literal, it's almost trite. It's almost half.
I think it's great. Is everyone still blending? Let me see.
Some people look like they're still blending. There's Texas blending. Where are John, Bobby and John have blended.
We're
I think
blending.
they need. You're blending. Do you need more? Ken is blended.
I think
Mrs.
it's to
Ken
put
is
water
helping.
in it.
Did you
You
put
definitely
water?
need to put a half a cup of water.
Half a cup of water. Follow the program.
Half a cup of water. 1 juiced lime. Half a cup of nutritional yeast. And half a tablespoon of mustard, stone ground mustard. That
Carrie,
should
do
be,
you
and then
see
some
that
salt
Matt in
to
the
taste.
Kitchen cutting board that's in Texas? That is amazing.
Look at how
it was
cool
made by
that
Chris
is.
Fritchie's brother-in-law, and he handmade it, and I'm getting one, and I'm so excited. All right, so my cashew sauce is good. I'm gonna have a taste.
Okay, mine is not. I have to keep going, so give me a second.
She has to blend more. My blender is obviously much better than yours. Okay. It has a really nice flavor. I get it. It's really delicious. I see the flavor of the nutritional yeast. It does have a nutty, I wouldn't really say cheesy, but it does have a very full umami situation happening. So I'm good on that front.
Yeah, this one's nice. So it should be creamy. It should be a little bit maybe a little bit less thick than hummus. That's
Okay, so it's like hummus minus some thickness.
Minus some
How are
thickness.
you doing, Bobby and John?
We're getting there. We think we need to put a little more liquid in it.
No,
Yeah, the
I think
liquid's
it's
important.
pretty good.
I'm really happy with
blend
mine.
a long time in a Vitamix.
Yeah, you might need a little extra blending. That's why when Madeline was saying 20 seconds, it might vary depending on what you're using, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. How is Ken Jordan? How is yours doing in London? Is this ready? Look at that. That's a nice little blender he's got. The Bobby and John are struggling a little bit. Shannon, how is yours? Shannon's is looking perfect. She's giving me a thumbs up. Purple shirts
Creamy,
is looking
yummy.
good. And it is really yummy. All right.
So you can see now that you've tasted it, you can see now like how many uses you could have for this. You can put it on sandwiches instead of hummus or mayonnaise or whatever.
Mayonnaise.
Like you can use it as a substitute. Oh yeah, it's so good.
Ooh, I'm having so many ideas right now of things that it would taste delicious on, because I think I would use, it's been clinically determined, I was part of a study, and I use too much mayonnaise. So I think this is going to really help me in my dependence on mayonnaise.
It definitely does not have as much junk in it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically
let's start with the peppers, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna set that aside now. We're done with that part, and we start cutting.
All right, I've sharpened my knife.
Oh, can you come and sharpen mine? I couldn't even get through that lime with this thing.
Yeah, 1 second. Oh, I bumped into my piñata. I have a piñata here because it's Cinco de Mayo. So I just bumped into it and it kind of smacked me in the face. But
do you know what's in it, or is it a surprise?
I know what's in it. I filled it.
Are we going to smash it later?
It's not vegan. It's not vegan. I put Starburst in, and then I learned that gummy candies, known as Stun Vegan. I see I'm doing for Cinco de Mayo.
And do you know why?
Because they have horse hoofs.
They have gelatin in them, yeah.
Right, which is made from the hoofs of horses. Once I found that out as a child, Jell-O was never the same for me. All right, don't do the onion yet. Just do peppers, okay?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no, because we've got plans for the onion. I have a bit.
Which one do you want to do? Do you care what color?
I'm starting with yellow. Okay, and we're going strips, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do thin strips. Like you're basically making fajita style vegetables.
They're fajita, quesadilla, vegan. So they're kind of like one step away from everything, but right in the center of where they are. So now I'm slicing them. As I said, I sharpened my knife. I love yellow peppers, and I do think there's a little bit of a difference in the flavor of all the different peppers. I think the green is sort of the least engaging for me, but I love the red, and I particularly love the yellow. And I like. You know what I learned the
other day?
Yeah.
I learned that the yellow and the red and the green bell pepper are all the exact same pepper. They're just different shades of ripeness.
What? My world has been shattered. So
yeah,
the green
I always
is
thought
the
they were a
least...
different thing, but they're actually the exact same thing. They just
animals.
Different times. No, crazy.
I did not. I thought they were different varietals. Are you sure of your source there? But that makes sense. The yellow would be the most ripe, which is why it's the sweetest, and the green would be the least ripe, which is why it's the sort of least interesting. It hasn't matured. It's like, you know, a pre-adolescent child of peppers. Look at all these people cutting peppers. Oh, come on, Chris Fritchie. That's beautiful. Look at the knife he's got in Texas on my cutting board.
I'm a little jealous.
I know. I love this knife. No, this was a knife that I got. It's called a Global, and it's a Japanese knife. And I'm very happy with it. I've had it for like 15 years, and it's still fabulous. And when I took my knife skills class, the one that ended up with me becoming chef. Be careful when you sign up for classes, because the chef had this. He had the same knife.
Oh,
so
very cool.
I go around the outside. This was a new thing that somebody taught me. Can somebody help me? I'm having cord issues. I feel the cord from my mic is now on my elbow. So,
Just don't cut through it, Madeline.
don't cut through the cord. The whole show would come unhinged. And I think I'd probably get hurt. And I live my entire life, Carrie, trying not to get hurt because I'm incredibly clumsy. And so, a kitchen with knives is probably the worst place I could possibly be.
I think you told me about some of your accidents.
Have I told you? Did I tell you about the knee? And I cut my knee at a spa. I had to get staples. I got 11 stitches in my hand from making my bed, which is almost talented. Are we ready? Tell me when you're ready to go to the onion.
Well, I started cutting the jalapeno. Did you already do your jalapeno?
Oh, I'm going to the jalapeno. Okay. Hey, Marisa, what was the thing that Julie taught us about jalapenos? My friend Julie Little, who is an incredible chef, gave us some really interesting information.
So basically, the jalapeno doesn't have any spice to it until you cut into it. And apparently once the air and oxygen hits it, that's what makes it spicy. So I'm pretty sure the spice still lies within the seeds, but Madeline,
no, it doesn't. It's like ovaries. She said it was like ovaries. And what makes it spicy is a chemical that's in the membrane around the seeds. It is not the seeds themselves, which I did not know.
What determines if a jalapeno is super spicy or not? They always tell you to take the seeds out if you don't want it to be super spicy.
Right, because what happens is once you cut into the membrane around the seed pod, then the seeds themselves become carriers for the thing that makes them spicy. And so it's not the seeds, but the seeds are definitely carriers for it. And what they do say is that if you don't want it spicy, don't chop it as finely. So I'm gonna use like half of one.
What if I want it really spicy? Should I cut this up even more if I want it super spicy?
Yeah, if you want it really spicy, cut it really finely. Who here of the people that can hear me like things spicy? Show of hands. So Bobby's hand is up. Everybody seems to like spicy. Ken Jordan, what was that? A thumbs up, thumbs down? I think I see. Yeah, I see Melissa Fritchie is on the fence. I like things with a kick, but I don't like to feel like I'm gonna start choking as I eat it. So I kind of find the balance for myself. And I'm gonna cut this a little more finely because Sam, my husband, likes things very spicy. And sometimes I get mad at him because I'll cook something and then he'll dump hot sauce all over it.
Chris and Melissa definitely win best pepper game because they aesthetically laid them out all in a pattern. Did you guys see that? That was beautiful.
Let me see.
Look at how nice.
Where?
You guys are all impressive.
Isn't it impressive? And the fact that these guys are here and it's like almost 2 a.m. for them and they're in London and this is the 3rd week that they've been here.
Imagine what they can do when it's like 1 p.m.
Exactly. Can you imagine?
Really good.
I call it Ken Jordan by day. All right, now we're going to do the onion. So
you ready for onions?
I'm going to peel mine. I'm going to do 4 cuts, like just very carefully, because you're really never supposed to cut toward yourself, which I think is great advice, especially for somebody like me. But then I'm going to peel it.
Quarters?
I don't cut all the way through. I'm just cutting quarter slices, like to get the skin off so I can peel it. I peel the skin and the top layer because if I wasn't on TV, I might be able to peel better. But since we want to get to it quicker, I just cut like quarter, like I score it, not like I'm scoring. Shannon's doing it too. And then I'm going to cut off the bottom end and the top end. And then...
Anybody else getting teary?
I'm getting really teary. Why does this happen, Marisa? Help us.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in here because I have some hacks, onion cutting hacks for you people. So there's things that you can do that will make you actually not cry. You can freeze your onion. You can wear goggles if you fancy that. Microwave the onion. Keep a piece of bread in your mouth. Has to be sourdough. No, I'm just kidding. Or you can light a candle. So, Madeline, what do you think about that?
This is the
best I can do.
Oh, Carrie got glasses. I think that'll work. That's a little bit more fashionable than goggles.
I have to say, though, it's not working.
The root got tie on a knife. All right. Let's see if that works. Mm-hmm. And they say I won't do anything for a joke.
No one ever said that.
No one has ever said that, have they, Carrie? So they've never, ever said that. It doesn't exist.
Madeline will do anything for the joke. Anything.
That's why
Madeline and I have known each other for years, and we have been trying to work together for forever. And
no, that's so funny that this is how we. I know, this makes me so happy. Carrie, Keagan, and I fell in professional and personal, like, love at first sight. First time was when you came to my house in Coldwater Canyon. And you were so little then.
I know.
And
that was like before anything.
That was before anything. And
I was so
and then
nervous,
when I went to meet her at No Good TV, I was like, she has a TV studio. I may have a piñata, but Carrie had a full bar in her TV studio and immediately got us drunk. And we had the best meeting I think I've ever had. But we totally agreed on everything. My earbud just went into my onions. Is that a hack?
Oh my
God.
Oh, I am
it
so.
Just made a sound. I'm so sad. How's everybody doing with the onions? I don't think any of my hacks work.
Back to our foot.
All right, that looks good to me. Now I chopped them. I guess you could chop them or slice them, correct?
I like to slice them to keep it with the peppers so they're all like a similar consistency, like a fajita, you know.
Yeah, I messed up and I did little cubes, but
you know what, Madeline, you're fired.
I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm just working like a dog. All right, so now we're going over a pan, right?
Yeah, so here's what you do. Heat up a saute pan on medium heat. And of course, my stove doesn't want to work, so that's cool too.
I think your stove is in cahoots with my earbud and my mic.
It's just going to be that kind of day, I think.
They're organizing against us. You know why? Because it's May Day. It's the day of the workers, and I would say that the earbud, the mic, and the stove are all workers, and we should appreciate them and compensate them fairly.
I would agree with that.
I thank you
it's like for doing your service. Okay, so basically you're just going to throw all these into a pan. Now, you can choose to do oil. I actually don't use oil, and I put a little water in there, but
a little water. You know what, Carrie, Keagan, this is your episode, so I am going water. Who's going water? Who's going oil of my home and Zoom people?
I used avocado.
Avocado oil.
Ooh, avocado oil is going to taste good. The only reason I guess that you wouldn't necessarily use oil is if you're counting your calories, if you're worried about any kind of saturated fats, or I'm not sure how the oil is going to affect the cashew cream.
Avocado over there.
We're using tequila if anybody's listening.
Tequila is a great call.
I'm kidding.
All right, I'm going a little bit of water just because, for this next amount of time, Carrie, Keagan is my boss, which I always have wanted her to be.
So I'm throwing all my peppers in.
Well, no, because back in the day, I was not on camera. I was purely a producer. And so all I wanted to do was make you look good. And now I want to make both of us look good. That's what's shifting.
I want to make you look good, Matt.
I'm putting a little bit of oil.
If you put it in here, cover it up and let it sit for like a minute or two. Let it sort of do its thing. And then we don't want the veggies, obviously, to stick to the bottom of the pan. But we do want the onions to caramelize. So that's what's going to take the time here is just, we'll add a little water. After a minute or two, we'll add a little water. We'll let it steam up and then we'll keep the lid off. And we'll just sort of keep mixing it and make sure it doesn't stick. And in the meantime, hey, Madeline.
Yes, Carrie.
I'm opening up a Topo Chico just for you. Cheers.
Oh, it's I had the Topo Chico for the first time in Mexico in December. Cheers. I wish I had one. I just have water. Is that bad?
I brought you one.
Cheers. Here, I'll grab it. Thank you. Yeah, I should have planned ahead and gotten that.
Topo Chico is really delicious. They have a new flavor. It's tangerine.
Ooh, I really like the grapefruit ones.
Yes, those are delicious.
I like the grapefruit and the lemon lime. So
the reason why the Topo Chico was necessary today was because this is a Mexican mineral water, comes directly from Mexico, and it seemed appropriate for Cinco de Mayo.
For Cinco de Mayo. All right, so I have a couple of questions for you, and then I actually do want to talk about Cinco de Mayo, or the 5th of May. What do you, like, as a vegan, and I'm not being funny now, and sometimes I just can't help being funny, but I'm not intentionally being funny right now. What do you eat? What's like your main go-to, like, staple that you eat to sort of like take you over that I'm not having a cheeseburger thing?
Well, it's funny, since I moved out to the desert, there's a lot of barbecues that happen. And so when people are barbecuing hamburgers, hamburgers are great, but I eat Impossible burgers and they taste exactly the same. And I've actually converted a lot of people to Impossible burgers because they taste exactly the same. Most people don't even notice the difference and they're not as heavy in the oils. So when you're done eating it, you don't feel like you have food coma and sit around feeling all fat after a while. So I love barbecuing with Impossible meat. Beyond Meat's good too, but for some reason the Impossible meat just tastes.
The Impossible's the one. So wait, everybody, show of hands, who has tried a meat substitute and enjoyed it?
Can you give me a drop of water, please?
Not
we
Chris
got
Ritchie.
a couple of yeses.
Dan has, Bobby. Ken has. Marisa has. Marisa was vegan for a minute, right?
Oh, were you?
I was vegan for 3 months, and it was a documentary narrated by Jaquan Phoenix that made me go vegan called Earthlings. If you watch that documentary and don't go vegan for at least like a little bit, I'm concerned because it's just so moving, and I understand fully, Carrie, why you are vegan. I wish I could do it too.
Yeah. There's been quite a few documentaries that have come out lately. There's one called Cowspiracy. There's another one called Forks Over Knives. They're all very, very educational, and it definitely makes you start to think like you have to follow the money really about everything, about what you're putting in your body, about what you're putting in your brain. Follow the money because we're being manipulated all over the place, and being vegan, it doesn't have to be political. You just have to start thinking outside of the box that they keep.
A lot of our audience has not had much experience being vegan or plant-based. And Carrie, you might convert some people over tonight with that cheese sauce. I'm very excited to try it. But I did some research on plant-based, and I found that livestock and their byproducts account for 51% of greenhouse gas emissions worldwide. And okay, you think of like cars and factories producing all of that. You don't think of people like ordering a burger.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is. And like factory farming is one of the worst things on the planet, for real. The hormones and the antibiotics and the stuff that they pump into the animals, aside from the fact that it's like just an agricultural just shit show, like it's if we cut, we're not meant as humans to really consume the amount of meat that we do now because it's so readily available. If we went back to the way that it was meant to be, you know, like one family would have one cow and then they would eat all of that cow for one season and then they would live off the land for the rest of it. So like just by as a human race, we are not eating enough vegetables. So you don't have to necessarily go full plant-based, but you should consider maybe eating a little less meat for all the reasons.
Well, it's very interesting too, because nowadays, if you go vegan, that will cut your carbon footprint in half.
In half.
In half, really? Nuts. I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah.
I also find, and I don't know if this is, I would love to hear from everybody. As I get older, and because I'm more conscious and informed, but also just, even if I weren't, I crave meat a lot less than I used to. And I definitely feel like I'm more drawn to salads and vegetables. What about you, Bobby?
We eat a ton of vegetables. Being in California, it's hard not to.
Yeah, what about you guys in London, Ken? How is the produce there?
Change cameras.
Yeah, we've started eating a lot more vegetables, actually. Well, Ken is growing his own in the garden as well. So yeah, I completely agree. Plant-based is the way to go for your health. You can actually prevent illness by eating a lot more vegetables.
And I think
what are you growing in your garden?
Really important that you don't have to go 100%. Just sort of be conscious and, you know, sort of change the focus of your diet. Now, what do you think, Chris Fritchie? I know this is not a Texan thing.
My gosh. I'm going to pass on this question.
He doesn't want to create controversy. What about our Zoom cooks? Shannon, Dan, how's your vegetable consumption?
Good. I kind of do the 80-20 rule where, 80% veggies, eat meat a couple days a week and definitely don't need to put it in everything.
Yeah, and this is one of those alternatives too. Like this is just a nice way, like your meatless Monday, you could be doing these quesadillas. It's so simple. And it doesn't take very long to make them either.
Carrie, we have a question from the audience for you. David Greenhall is asking, what is the salt amount like in an Impossible meat burger?
Oh, that's a really good question. I actually don't know. I've never looked at the sodium content, but that's a good question. Maybe he can Google it for us and find out. The thing about Impossible burgers is that they're not necessarily, it's not like a veggie burger. They're not necessarily the healthy alternative, but when you're trying to transition off of cow meat to something else that's as satisfying, Impossible meat is an amazing alternative. Obviously a veggie burger has more things that are healthy, like vegetables in it. Impossible meat and Beyond Meat, those meat substitutes it's a lot of oil. So it's not like you're not necessarily going any more healthy, but you are definitely doing a service to your environment and to your body.
And your body.
Not consuming the yeah.
It's kind of like a win-win situation. Look at that beautiful fajita pan over in Purple Person's world. That's nice. What is that? What is the other Zoom cook's name, Shannon? Do you know? No.
What is the what, Madeline?
There's another cook that has joined the Zoom room. And all I know is that he's wearing the same color as Carrie and his tablecloth matches as well. Patrick, you're looking great. He's got an actual fajita pan and it's very nice.
He's so much more professional than us.
I know. We should retire, Carrie. We should retire. All right, so I'm going to check my veggies. You should check yours.
Yeah, so basically what your stuff should start looking like is you want your onions to be caramelized. And if they're sticking to the bottom, add just a little bit more water, let them steam up. Because you don't have any oil there, you got to kind of give it some extra love, But it should be starting to sing.
Sorry. I do this thing that I call dancing with the flame, and I put the cover on and I let the moisture I let the moisture build up, and then I take the cover off and I turn the flame off and I turn the flame down. And sometimes if I'm all alone, I'll play music and I'll be like dancing with my food. But there's no one flame height. I can't tell you, cook it covered. You just gotta feel it. And that's what, for me, makes cooking so much fun. It's very interactive. How do
you feel about chili powder and ground cumin? How do you feel about those?
Okay, so this is the cumin that I am using. It's I'm going over here, Sky. This is the Burlap and Barrel Wild Mountain Cumin, or cumin, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I got the shot right, but it's so beautiful. And I ground it up and now I'm putting it in, but it's really an experience of cumin that is unlike any that I ever have. So go to burlapandbarrel.com. I don't get anything in return except maybe a little bit of cumin or cumin. All right, I'm putting it in.
So basically this one is to taste as well. If you love cumin, put all the cumin in you want. The recipe sort of asks for about like a tablespoon and a half of cumin. You could do more, you could do less. More might be a bit overpowering.
I love it.
And then the chili powder is a teaspoon and a half. And if it looks like it's starting to get too pasty in there, add a little more water, just a little bit.
A little more water. The answer is in your hands. It's been there all along.
There's no place like home. There's no place like
cumin. There's no place like cumin. Ooh, mine is looking really nice. I put a little salt in mine too.
This is what mine looks like so far. If anybody wants to see that one, I know my stove is far away.
Oh, it's beautiful. I think the colors really are just so lovely that you almost just want to eat it because it matches something in your house. I don't know what that means.
I would agree. I am going to put a little time.
Oh, it smells so good in here. But I don't know if I'm smelling my house or the odor of Ken Jordan's house in London wafting across the Atlantic. That's the beauty of it.
So if we feel like the peppers are getting pretty close, this is when we would put the cashew cream inside
into the peppers.
Into the peppers.
Okay, wait. Before we do that, Marisa. Hi.
Hi, Madeline.
Do you have any more vegan fun facts?
I do. I'm not trying to convince any of you to go vegan, but I have researched because I love just this whole concept and I'm very interested by it. So another vegan or plant-based fun fact, Rosa Parks, Angela Davis, Mahatma Gandhi, and Martin Luther King were all vegan or vegetarian. Wow. If you're not impressed by the social justice pioneers, here are some vegan celebrities. Zac Efron, Beyonce, Bill Clinton, which I didn't know, Natalie Portman, Madonna, and Jaquan Phoenix, the one that made me go vegan.
That is awesome. So
Beyonce
we were
actually started doing a thing called...
What? Go ahead.
Say what? Oh, I was going to say Beyonce was the one that started the Meatless Mondays when she went vegan to try and get more people involved. And Bill Clinton went vegan after he had his heart issues. After he was president.
Heart surgery.
It can literally cure heart disease, I heard. I don't know. We can't claim that, but it's really good for your heart.
Well, if you think about it, you're not putting a lot of bad stuff into your body. And if you up your vegetables, that's what cleans out your system. So it makes sense that it would do that.
Yeah, no, it totally does. And I think that if you feel like you're suffering, it's not as enticing, but this smells so delicious that I have a feeling that I'm not going to miss the chicken strips.
No, you're not. Okay. Are you ready to put your cashew cream in?
Wait, I want to make sure everybody's ready. Is everybody ready with their cashew puree? Yep. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. across the
Turn
world,
off your
across
heat.
the country.
Turn off the heat. Turn off the
Turn
heat.
off the heat.
Turn off the heat.
Turn off the heat. That's a really good piece of advice. All right, here it goes. Oh my God. It looks like nature's Velveeta.
Yes.
There goes my earbud. Do you think an earbud is vegan? Because it almost went into the cheese sauce. Next week we tape it. All right, now do I
So
stir it,
basically, you're
Carrie?
just squishing all these things together, and it's going to make a
Squishing
nice little
together.
veggie paste. And then cover it up because you don't want it, once it's all mixed together, you don't want it to dry out.
Oh, this looks so friggin' good. Yum, people.
All right, cover that up.
All right, now I'm pushing this aside and I'm gonna get ready to cook our tortillas.
So this is more of the assembly part, which I can't get my, of course, I can't get my stove to turn back on. There we
Am
go.
I heating up
So
the
you
pan on my, am I heating up the flame on my tortilla pan?
Yeah, make the pan a little bit hot, like give it a minute. Turn it on about medium heat. You don't need to put any oil in the pan. You don't have to do anything to it. Just let it heat up.
All right, here I go, medium high.
And you're basically
And
going to
you
be
don't-
making sandwiches.
What?
So you're going to be putting one tortilla down, letting that cook for about a minute or two. Just make sure you're not burning it. Check it every once in a while. Then we're going to flip it and let that toast again. While it's toasting, we're going to fill up the inside. Then we're going to slap another tortilla on top. And after it's toasted for about another minute or two, we're going to flip that over so the other side gets toasted. And then you're done.
When does the spinach go in? The spinach goes in raw, right?
Spinach goes in raw and it'll go in when we put the filling in.
All right. I don't want to jump the spinach gun.
Don't you do it.
I won't. I promise.
It's the angriest of the greens, you know.
Yeah. It could get really mad at me, and we've all seen how strong it is. It's very it's very strong. I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
What are you drinking? What is that? Is that tequila?
No, this is my spinach.
Oh, that's your spinach. Okay.
How did you see tequila? I don't know what you're drinking.
I don't know. I saw something. I saw something go to your lips.
I wish.
I don't trust you to not drink without me.
Trick.
Okay, it's getting warm in there. Also,
Here, wait, can you do this? Can everybody do this? You're just gonna do a little wrist action, toss it and catch it. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Yes! Come on, Chris Ritchie, let me see what you got. You did it. I blinked. Oh, he's got the tongs. And look, there goes Dan. Awesome, you guys. This is so cool. Oh, I love it. We're tossing tortillas all over the world. Hilarious.
Amazing.
All right. So I'm going to actually cook both sides of my tortilla.
Yeah, the first one you flip for sure. And then now we start to fill it. Once you've flipped the first tortilla, then we start to fill it.
I've got a flipping tool. This is my flipping tool, otherwise known as a spatula. So here it goes. Won't need you anymore, lid. Okay, how much do you put into each one?
Well, I would put about a quarter of what you made into each tortilla sandwich.
Yum,
so
Carrie.
you should be able to make 4 sandwiches out of this. But if you like them
Okay.
extra loaded, then you make less, you know.
And now goes in my my spinach, right? On top of this,
yeah,
the
spinach
mixture?
is really easy. You just put it in, you just put it on top, like as is. You just put it on. And when it hits the heat of when you flip it over, it starts to wilt and do all that.
All right, I'm all over this. Hey, Marisa, tell us a little bit about Cinco de Mayo. I know that you did some research into this.
Yeah, so Cinco de Mayo is actually an American holiday, or it was, started in the US, specifically California. A lot of Mexican, the culture doesn't know of the holiday or celebrate it much. And in the 1980s, beer and liquor companies actually popularized it and made it generate sales on par with the Super Bowl, which is really crazy to me. I can't really wrap my head around that, but it's a huge holiday here in America.
I never heard of it until I moved to California, but I'm like a great lover of Mexican food, and I've been I really discovered it when I did move to California. And I feel like you always want to be conscious of cultural appropriation, but at the same time, I think there's a big difference between appreciation and curiosity, celebration, as opposed to appropriation. And I think that being able to explore other cultures, food history, and traditions without getting on an airplane is really a great part of living in this country. I really love being able to try many different foods from around the world and always have. Shannon, what's going on over there?
Cooking my tortilla.
Cooking your tortilla. Looks
so
good.
I missed that. Were we supposed to put the lid on? Was that?
Yes, we're putting the lid on. Did everyone?
Okay, good. Then I'm good.
No.
Looks good.
No lid.
Looks
no
beautiful.
lid.
No lid.
No lid.
No top.
No top
Not
tortilla yet.
I have a tortilla
topless
inside.
episode.
What?
I have this.
Should I be open-faced right now, Carrie?
You should. Don't put the lid on the pan.
No, not the lid. I meant the tortilla on top.
We meant the top tortilla.
Yes, you absolutely put the top tortilla on.
Oh my God, I thought I was going to fail the course.
How is this confusing? Topless. We're going topless here on Mad in the Kitchen. It's crazy.
Some of us went topless. No, I actually had my top on, but I thought I was wrong. So I was about to rip it off. Any excuse to rip my top off. You know, those days are long gone.
This is live TV.
It's live TV. Here we go. Everybody take your top off. Marisa, Carrie, no, Shannon. This is
so we should be flipped now. So now that you had the raw tortilla on top, you should be flipping it now. So the top should be the bottom.
Okay, I need a drum roll for the flipping. This is going to be really tricky for me. Thank you. Here I go. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh my God, it happened so easily.
How we looking? You looking good?
And mine's looking beautiful. I've got the nice stripy pan.
Oh, look at that quesadilla right there on the Mad in the Kitchen cutting board.
Oh my God, Chris, you got to send me this shot. This is like a bumper. That is gorgeous.
Amazing.
That is like, I want that on my website right now. That is awesome.
The Mad in the Kitchen.
That is just a beautiful thing. Next one. Okay, so this is just going to heat up a little bit more. And then
I'm cutting mine because now I got hungry.
Don't eat yet. We're all going to, this is what's going to happen. We're all going to, when we're ready, we're going to cut them and put them on a plate. And nobody can eat because we're all going to take a group shot of our finished products, okay? So you got to wait for us.
Not doing it. You can't make me.
I believe last time I checked, this show is called Mad in the Kitchen.
Yeah, it means that everybody's really angry with each other. It's happening.
That's hilarious. Everybody's really angry because we're mad in the kitchen. That's not what it's supposed to be.
Oh, it wasn't? I got confused.
You didn't tell me to put the top on. I'm not tolerating this anymore. You didn't tell me to soak the pistachio. I bet
yes,
pistachios
I
would be
did.
good. The cashews.
I've already started making my second one because I know I'm going to want it.
I'm going to stop at one, but I'll make it after for sure.
Thunderstorm in Texas, lost Texas.
We lost Texas because there's a thunderstorm. Thank God we got a picture of the, thank God we got a picture of the cutting board. I mean, I hope they're okay.
Man!
All right, so this is what I want. I'm gonna just put a little cilantro on mine to make it pretty. There's nothing like a little splash of green. Do you have yours plated, Miss Keagan?
I do. It's right there in front of you.
I'm gonna take my garbage bin away.
Hey, Madeline.
I know, this is what I've heard. That's terrible.
Madeline, somebody came to say hi.
Where she is. Okay, everybody look at this dog. This is Moonshine, and she's 1 year old, and she's just the prettiest girl in the world, and she's my buddy. I was at Carrie's house out there in Joshua Tree a few weeks ago, and I fell in love with this dog, and I'm thinking of ways to kidnap her, but I haven't come up with one yet. I love her.
No, you just have to move in.
I want to move in. I want to move near. As I said, we're looking at places. So this is what I want. I want everybody who's left, who didn't get knocked out by thunderstorms, to hold their finished. Oh, very nice, Dan. Very nice, Bobby and John. Where's Ken? Ken's putting the finishing touches on his. He's got it. So hold it up and give a big smile. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. No cheese.
No cheese.
And what I want you to do is anyone who cooked along, post a photo and tag @MadInTheKitchen on Instagram with the hashtag #MadInTheKitchenLive. We're going to post this picture and tag you. Come on in, Marisa. Marisa's going to take a picture for me because she's my photographer, so that we get a pretty finished product. Do you like what I did with it?
I love your plating.
I love it. She wasn't going in for a kiss. I'm just very friendly.
I was trying to talk into your mic.
And I kissed her. Oh my God, I'm such a moron. Okay. So we're going to take a picture. And then Carrie, you know what we're going to do? She's taking a beautiful beauty shot. And so this is what I thought when the three of us were doing our promo, that me and Carrie and Marisa are the Charlie's Angels of cooking. So wait, back up a little. No, the other way. So she's got a knife. I'm going to go like this. 1, 2, 3. We're the Charlie's Angels of cooking.
Oh, Bobby and John are doing it too.
And Bobby and John did it too. All right. We're going to smash. I'm going to say thank you to Marisa's going to pop the piñata. I want to take a bite though. Let me take a bite.
Incredible. It's great. I love it.
Really good.
Are you happy? You're all.
You have converted us. Wow. I would totally make this for like a dinner. Yum.
I'm so excited.
So good. Well, good.
So, like, if you're expecting cheese, it's obviously a different experience. But if you don't tell anybody that they're vegan quesadillas, it's just a totally different thing. And it's just a great new way of serving sort of Mexican style food.
I think it is. And I think that you've hit the nail on the head once again, Miss Keagan, that if you try to think of it as a cheese substitute, but instead think of it as a cheese alternative. And if you think of it that way, it's just delicious. I mean, it's absolutely delicious. Ken, what do you think? Do you guys like it? He's got his mouth full. Bobby and John, it's so good, right?
We needed something spicier, so we're adding a little hot salsa.
And it's incredible.
Perfect.
I love that. Also, there's vegan sour cream that you could use. You could use guacamole on top of this. There's all kinds of things. We should have made guacamole.
Could do guacamole. What a great idea that would have been. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Carrie, Keagan, give me an air hug. This was the best ever. Thank you, Carrie, Keagan. Good night, and thank everybody for watching. I'll see you back here next Saturday night at 5 p.m. Marissa's going to smash the piñata when Lori Rogers, Chef Lorius, teaches me to make fried chicken and waffles with sriracha maple syrup. We'll be posting the ingredients on socials on Monday. If you want to cook along, thank you once again, Carrie, for cooking with me. I'm a convert. Thank you to our featured home cook.
Thank you so much for exploring veganism with me.
It was the best. There's no one I could have ever thought of other than you.
Get it! Smash it!
We can't get it.
Come on, you guys.
Ow!
You can do it.
This is dangerous.
Thank you to our featured home cooks, John Niddleson and Bobby Camille, Ken Jordan, and Mrs. Ken Jordan, whose name I need. Chris and Melissa Fritchie, I hope they're okay in the thunderstorm. Thanks to the Zoom room, to Dan and Shannon. And I can't remember your name in the maroon. Thank you, of course, to my team, Sky Gleason, Maurice Mahoney, JJ McKenna, Ken Jordan, once again, who made our website, Paula Swan, Michelle Bott, Denise Moore, Ava Moore, Sam Packard, my husband, Guy Cochran, Alex Lindsay, Shannon Cooper, and the crew at Office Hours, Vicky Munchador, Kevin Hansen, Alex Goldner, Andrew Lipnick, Tecker Dragu, Aaron Huslodge, Eric Hall, Christine Blackburn, John Burke, Tracy Brennan, Lisa Cooper, and of course, Al Roker at Al Roker Entertainment, Babette Perry, Barbara Flugap, oh my God, Joleanne Sell, The Jason Show, Jean Cho and Soam at Silhouette, Kim and Lonnie at Suzanne's Nails, Seppo Fari. Did I miss anybody? I'm sure I forgot 500 people. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And follow me on social media. See you next time on Mad in the Kitchen.